What's up, guys? It's Taun. I wanted to go ahead and take you on a walk in Animal Crossing's Happy Home Designer for the Nintendo 3DS. So let's go ahead and get started. When you walk into the main town right here, you're going to see a lot of these under construction. So they're not going to be built until you start working on some of the homes for the town folk. And then once those are, you complete so many, then Isabel will be in your Nook's Homes place of business, and she'll go ahead and offer up a few things to do for the town. And also too, you'll see the town folk that you like. This one, see how this one doesn't have a bubble? That means I've already designed a house for her. I think it's a her. So they'll start telling you, hey, you know what, I want a place to spend my money. So then that means, hey, you got to talk to Isabel and start working on the town as well. So I'm going to take you into the places that I've worked on so far. And this is the hospital. Now, when you start designing either a home or a place of business, oh, you see someone sick right there. It's going to open up different things that you can use for that particular request. So there's going to be a clipboard at the bottom screen here that'll come up, which is not there. It's replaced by the emoticons here. But it'll have a clipboard there. And that way you make sure that you meet the requirements, the minimum requirements. Of course, you could do extra things as well. So I went ahead and put in the benches that it needed, the reception desk as well, and just made it look like an office waiting room. I was really pleased with this one. I really liked how this one came out. And this is the doctor's office. Which I didn't realize that it was. I thought it was going to be like his personal office. You know, when you go to a doctor's, and they go to their office and pull up their computer and then start seeing what they're going to prescribe you and stuff. I thought that's what this was going to be, but evidently not, because patients come in here too. So I think I might be able to change that later on, because it's allowing me to change, like build up onto the school. So I'm assuming that that will come into play later. I did put a TV there. Oh my gosh, you need to move. Move. Oh. I put a TV there. You know, they normally have TVs and magazines to read. That might be a little antiquated, but that's okay. And this is where the patients are supposed to go to be seen by the doctor. And you'll see a couple of them sick, lying down. And I know the minimum requirements were like so many beds. I can't remember what the other requirements were. But I tried to make it look like a hospital setting as much as possible. I even put like little get well flowers and things like that. And a stretcher, as morbid as that seems. So that's my little doctor's office. Oh my gosh, that pig keeps getting in my way. That is so annoying. Okay. And see, that one I was able to push. I couldn't push the pig out of the way. The school was the first thing that I did, and I really did like the way I set up the school. You can pick, before you start the interior, you get to pick what the exterior is going to look like. That way, if you want, I don't know, everything pink or whatever, however you want the exterior to look, and then you come into the interior and do that. I know here the minimum requirements were desks and seats and things like that, but I wanted it to look like a classroom. A chalkboard, and you get to pick who the teacher is going to be and the students. And I can't remember if I did that with the cards, or I think so, because I brought Lionel in, I believe. Yeah, I used my cards to pick who I wanted to always see in the classroom, because those were the ones I really liked. See, I had a little reading area there and a locker and things like that. So I like the school, and now I'm able to build on that. I just haven't touched, building up on that, because I'm trying to get at least more shops and stuff. This was my little fast food restaurant. which I kind of made it look like a coffee place. A little place where you take your trash and leave your trays. So I really like how this one came out. The next one is my little shop that I did, and that was the first, not the first thing I've ever built, but like the first shop, and I didn't really have a lot of things open to me to use, so I didn't really like how this one turned out. I was just kind of like on a creative slump trying to get it set up for some reason. I don't know. I just really don't like this one. I didn't know what direction I wanted to go with it, so there's kind of like a little bit of everything, kind of like a little corner shop. Yeah, I'll work on that later. Make it look a little better. I don't really care for it. So once you build onto that main area, this bottom area opens up. And see, this is how it first starts off, where everything's kind of under construction until you build it. I did build the office right here. And this one I thought was okay. At first I was kind of in that creative slump with this too, because I'm not really big on the home designing part of it. I was never good at it on New Leaf. I was more into, I'm going to show you I could collect everything, and if I collected everything in one series, I wanted to show it. So I just kind of threw it all in one room with no rhyme or reason to it, just to show that I got it. So I wasn't really good on designing. So this is actually kind of helping me, but I know darn well if there was another Animal Crossing that came out, much like the regular Animal Crossing that we're used to, I'll probably throw everything in the same room again, because that's just how you do it when you want to collect everything and have your bragging rights. Going upstairs, it's a little meeting room. And if I would have realized, see, that's another thing too, you don't realize it until you kind of get it set up. I thought, okay, well, the person will be up here kind of lecturing in a meeting room. But that's not how it is here. They're just kind of sitting there with no one up here. So I guess the best way to do it when I'm able to upgrade is add a chair up here. So when there's a chair up here, then you'll see kind of someone talking to them instead of them just sitting there all on their own. But you'll have different things to choose from, like you'll get new desks, new wallpaper. He looks kind of cool. I like how he looks in his little business outfit. Are they all in business? Yeah, they are. So they kind of match the motif of the area or whatever it is, the building that you built. So you'll have like the wallpaper, the flooring, and a lot of different things added. Another thing I need to build here. And this is the restaurant. I chose to go with a Japanese food restaurant. So you walk in and you see them here, so that way they could take you to their seat. Here's a desserts table. Here's a tray where someone is bringing out the food. Get out of my way, although you're really cute. Little salad bar, sushi table. No, get up, get up. Don't get stuck on me. Okay, there you go. And then you go into the kitchen. In the kitchen, it's usually crowded with a lot of people in there. Let's see if I could get through. There we go. I like how this one came out too. I really like this one. And there's the dishwashers. There are the dishwashers over there. 2 refrigerators. A couple of pots going with some food. The sink over there. What is he thinking? Okay. So when they have the bubbles up above their head, they're thinking about something. So you just go ahead and talk to them, see what they're thinking about. Can't really interact though. The only time you could interact is when they're roaming around your town and they're thinking, because usually they're, oh my gosh. See, that's one thing that really frustrates me, is that you have to find some kind of alternate route to get out. Okay. That's when you can talk to them, because they're thinking about what kind of home that they want. And since that's the main idea of the game, you go ahead and talk to them and tell them if you want to build their house or not. So there's no bubble above her head because I talked to her earlier. She already has one. Now, Rhonda wants a relaxing island getaway. So if I went ahead and chose her, then I'll be able to go ahead and build her a house with what she has in mind. I'm gonna wait on that. I'll do that next time. And let me take you into Nook's Homes. Before I go in there, there's a car right here. If you enter the car, then that's going to allow you to go visit some of the houses that you've designed. I'll do that here in a little bit. Let me just take you inside the office and show you what can be done in there. There's Isabel waiting, and she's going to go ahead and tell me some of the things that I can start building. I can see the schools there, the shops there. And the department store, that's something new. I think the shop, I've already built a shop, so I don't know if it's going to be a whole new shop or if I'm kind of able to change up that horrid shop that I built. But I can build upon the school and start a department store. And I had started it, but my battery died and I just kind of lost everything. Rossetti isn't in this one to help you out, so unfortunately, you kind of have to build it all in one go. Now, this is the Amiibo phone, and that's going to allow you to use those Amiibo cards that you see at the store. They're $5.99 a pack usually, and I believe they come with 6 in each. Could be 5, but I want to say it's 6. And you just tap the card onto the screen, and it will bring that Amiibo into the game. So that way you can, or that character into the game rather. That way you can keep them in your game and build a house for them. When you sit down, this is your chair. When you sit down, then you can go ahead and finish your work for the day, which will save it. Or you could study the handbook. Let me go ahead and show you what's on the handbook. I've already learned all the lessons, but you can do ceiling decor, custom designs, windows, refurbishing, gyros, all this stuff on here that you see. You can go ahead and when you learn about that, it opens up that possibility in the game to utilize it. So now with say the ceiling decor, I could use certain lamps and lighting fixtures or anything that hangs from the ceiling, and I can incorporate that into the design of the house. Same thing when it goes for like the fish, the fossils, and the gyroids, then you can open up to use those in the house as well. Up here, this is where you can design your own, kind of like what Mabel did. Was it Mabel or Sable, one of them? And in here, you just kind of change what you're wearing. Now, as the game progresses, you unlock different things that you can wear. I don't know if there's a certain requirement that unlocks them. I'm not too sure. Oh, I can change the, oh no, I wanted to change a shirt, but there's no way to do that because you have to wear the shirt that's provided to you because that's like your uniform. Oh, that's so cute. That opened up, the little frosted snowman hat. So there's not a lot available. I mean, not too sure how many hours I put into it so that you can see. I don't know how much will actually open up in this part of it. And I haven't checked what this does, so to receive special design requests. Once you receive a special design request, you'll have to immediately design a house. Oh, interesting. Okay. Nice. No, not right now. Let's not do that yet. And then you have the shampoodle where you can go ahead and change up a little bit of your appearance. Now, one last thing I wanted to show you on this video is maybe let's check out one of my houses that I've designed since you saw the actual town itself, or the main area of the town anyway. Okay, just kidding. I guess you just run down the street. I thought you just got in the car. Okay, so here are some of my clients. I can't remember what their houses look like. I remember I didn't like the first couple of them, so we're not going to look at those. Let's just look at... You know what? I'll pick Hans, because I do like Hans's house. Oh, I forgot. You do a snapshot. And then that way, when you click on it, it reminds you what the house looks like. So this is the outside of his house. He wanted an indoor ski loft or ski resort or something like that. So I went ahead on the outdoors, went ahead and decorated the outside. Now you get to pick your fence, your gated area, the way your house looks, the doors, everything like that. And you also get to select where it's going to be built as well. Okay, going into the main area of Hans's house, he wanted a ski lift house. That's the focus he had. So this is what I went ahead and created for him. And notice I didn't put well, you know what? It doesn't give you every single thing in that category or that design. So it keeps me to be a bare minimalist and still get their design across. To see, I could do a remodel when I revisit them, a whole new house, but I'm just going to tell him just saying hi. And I went ahead and did a second room for him, so that way when he wants to get warm and go to sleep, he does have his own little bedroom, and he magically appears in here too. So just a tiny little bedroom, and you cannot really pick the size or make it bigger or anything. So that was just a plain house on one of my clients. And right now I am working on getting the town done before I visit any more clients. But I'll go ahead and do a video, probably the next one, and show you how the game actually works and how it looks when you're designing the homes, and show you everything that's available or the new things that become available with each character that you select as well. So that's it for this video. If you like this video, hit like, hit subscribe, all that jazz. You'll be notified when we upload a new video under Gaming with Gus and Taun. So it was great showing you my little town and some of the homes, or maybe one of them, in Happy Home Designer. Until next time.